I found part of what we were looking for.
An anecdote?
Well, yeah. An introduction to an anecdote. It goes like this. Look at this invisible-ass enemy.
I know, I see him. Wait, I don't think I'm supposed to see him.
Well, you can see around him. You can see a distortion of him.
That was cool, creepy. Okay.
Yeah.
I see or don't see him. Please continue.
Oh my, any chance
Oh, fuck. Maybe I'll continue.
any chance we can... Oh, goodness.
Good lord, what is going on here? And why is a level 6 hanging out with 2s and 3s like that?
Well, and
3s
there's
and 5s, and
encounter
do you just
3.
add them together and get the fuck?
There.
Why?
I cheesed it a little bit. Why don't we start right there instead? Today, Precarious plays Zone of the Enders. Oh. Anecdote. This is Anecdote City. That's where we are. Whoa, I see you sneaking up behind me, squad. But I'm full on energy, so I'm not going to fight them.
Mm-hmm.
Have I ever told you? I've spoken on the show about Mega Man X before and how it has an interesting place in my gaming history.
Mm-hmm.
Quick refresher. I was exposed to it as a rental in the possession of one of my family members just for a few minutes, and I didn't get to play it properly, and I thought it looked like the coolest thing, the coolest game that I'd ever seen, and I kind of lusted over it for years before finally being able to play a Mega Man game and then eventually actually play a Mega Man X game.
Yeah.
There was another game
Yeah.
that was very similar to that tale, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a game that all I could remember of it is that your character is, I think, shot to death in the intro, and then you wake up in a morgue.
Ooh.
And this is the...
So you die and then come back to life, in the opening scenes of the game?
Yes. And what's more, you don't have, I don't think there are any other characters around. It's just you waking up in the morgue and then getting dressed and then leaving to go on some journey that is not well laid out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being a little afraid of it as a kid
Yeah.
because I didn't know what a morgue was. This is the game that taught me the word morgue.
Oh.
Because I was
So you were young enough to be
Mom, what's a morgue?
and they say, oh god, where did you pick that up?
Well, it was a game owned by the same family member that had the copy of Mega Man.
Oh, okay, well, at least that.
So this game, it irked me for years. Because it's one of those things where it's it was probably some weird, zombie game.
Some garbage title that no one even reviews anymore.
Some movie title. And then one day on a whim, I was like, okay, come on, how many games can be on the Super Nintendo and start in a morgue? And I Googled that shit, and immediately it was Shadowrun. Shadowrun on the Super NES. And finding that out brought me such peace. Finally having this hole in my gaming memory heart filled just by knowing that it was Shadowrun on the Super Nintendo. That's the game that I remembered. And Uh-oh. That's the game that I remembered from all of those years ago and never got to interact with. I played like that intro because I remember, I think there's a graveyard or a park nearby and there are enemies there, and I'm pretty sure they mashed my face in several times, and that's like, I just tried the introduction like 5 or 6 times and then gave up.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Well, it's because I had to go. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I had to leave the house.
For like school or books or something.
Yeah, and I think it was another. It may have been another rental,
Oh yeah.
or maybe it was sold.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I don't sell games, right?
Right.
Like, I don't participate in the.
Like used games, trade.
And part of the reason why is because I remember asking my family member, like, can I play the game with the blue guy, or can I play the game like with where you die at the beginning?
Yeah.
And my family member just told me, like, no, I don't have those anymore. And I was like, oh, well, okay, can I play something else? And he was like, well, no, I don't actually have the Super Nintendo anymore.
And you were like,
You got why? I mean, it was still functional.
Yeah.
It wasn't broken, was it?
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the reason why, is because it was so tragic to hear that those games were just gone. They might as well have just been mulch, you know?
Yeah. Well, and
To
now,
me as a child, because there was no way I was gonna collect all of the hardware and the games themselves again at that age.
yeah.
To play them myself.
Now you have a pretty decent library, though, don't you?
Yeah, it's not as impressive as I want it to be. Mainly because I refuse to use emulators too.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of games that I would probably bounce between 5 or 6 games at a time, just regularly, if I had the library of games that I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But there are so many games that I don't have and can't play on a whim, so I just don't play them again, you know?
Yeah. It's really interesting, the idea of... Archiving is a service. It's like a cultural service, right? People archive all kinds of ridiculous shit for many different insane reasons. And it serves, you know, historians, people looking for information. You know, libraries are great. And, you know, they don't just make libraries for books. There are also, say, libraries for bugs. I know several people who work in libraries that just have bugs and other, like, specimens in them.
Hold on just a second, we just got half of the thing that we need.
Woohoo!
Time to just find the other half. Okay. Bug libraries.
Bug libraries, which ties into...
Wait. What's a bug librarian called?
A taxonomic entomologist, I think.
Man. You couldn't come up with anything cute for me. Just this one time. You couldn't just be like...
Not...
like a librarian.
Sometimes I'd rather be right than cute. I know.
Like, I know.
It's unfeminine of me, but
Oh my god, don't fucking fail. Do anything.
I found a button and I pushed it.
Fuck you. No, I am on edge and I'm trying to be cool about this sort of bland experience that I'm having to deal with in front of me here, where it could have been a very different game and it's not. It's this game.
To be fair, that was a completely unfair jab.
That was nonsense because see, now you're fucked. You're fucked, bro. You know why?
Why?
Because I've got footage. I've got a recording of you singing a cute song to your troops before going into battle.
Yay! to the preparation screen. It's time to make the stuff work better. We get to decide who comes with us, and it's a nice thing to do. Everybody stay home. You stay home. You stay home. You also stay. Everybody stays home. No one's fighting.
So fuck you. You're adorable, and everyone can hear it. Such an ass. Such an ass, trying to make me look like a, I don't even know.
I wasn't trying
Misogynist?
to make... No.
Misogynist,
I was,
right?
I was trying to make internet look like a misogynist. But anyways, that was uncool of me. Maybe.
That was very uncool of you, because internet is here only in the way that it temporally... Chronology is... Tubes are...
Genders!
Oh, I'm overheated.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyways, bug libraries are cool. I'll tell you the rest of the story.
Where was I just there? I was... Oh, I'm gonna try Town 3.
Oh my
boy,
God.
Is that where I just came from?
Let us search for unobtained
I
function
hate this
modules.
place. Or is it that place?
I can't believe that you couldn't come up with like a cute bug pun, because you know who's in charge?
I know.
You know who's in charge of the mammal library? Like specifically the canine wing?
What? Who?
It's a Labrador.
A Labrador?
A Labrador retriever.
Oh.
Yeah, see?
Being right feels less cool right now.
Here's the issue.
We will hold battle for
They're invisible, which is something that I want.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this is where I just came from.
Oh my God.
force is approaching our location.
I'm gonna have to tell you how all of the libraries and archiving systems connect next time.
Please do. And then I'm going to talk about what the kind of game that this should have been, as impossible as it may have been, and you'll understand why in the next episode. But first, I'm gonna find out where the other passcode is, and we'll come back once I'm at least in the right zone. Ugh.
This place makes me feel like a tourist.